This is the location Trent gave us. Source extraction point 73. Plenty of Rosetta forces guarding this place. Maybe that's a sign the data terminal is still there.
Did you hear that?
That's the data terminal. We just need to enter Trent's fingerprint and eye scans. And then we'll be able to discover who our friend Mary really is. Mary Ames, huh? I knew there was something off about that woman. She's no mere Rosetta agent either. She's commander-in-chief of all the Rosetta forces on this island. Let's get back to Blackfell and ask Trent about this. He might be able to tell us something more.
Échanger des renseignements.
So you've been to source extraction point 73 then? What did you find out about this Mary person?
Voici ce que j'ai découvert.
Mary Ames, Nalcott Security Department, Warden of the Nalcott Island Containment Zone, Commander-in-Chief. So in other words, if I hadn't left Rosetta, then this Mary Ames would be my boss. Think she'd make a good manager?
C'est vrai, cette femme est extrêmement dangereuse.
I know. I understand she's the one who reactivated the monoliths and wiped out the mayflies, and who knows what else. We probably have her to thank for stirring up open conflicts between the Union and Rosetta. Regardless of her intentions, we must thwart her plans. As the leader of the Union, I'll tell you this. I know how much of a debt we owe the mayflies. After all you've done for us, this is our chance to pay you back. You have our support.
Je viens de remarquer que sur le côté de l'épée ici, il y a le kanji de ki, qui veut dire l'esprit. On a encore quelques problèmes.
Sure, ask me anything.
Où se trouve la prison?
You mean you really don't know?
Je sais pas. Jamais vu cet endroit.
The containment zone isn't located on Nalcott. It is Nalcott. The entire island is a Rosetta prison for dangerous deviations. I am. Rosetta decided the whole island of Nalcott was the perfect containment zone for deviations, transcendence, and other dangerous phenomena. Think about it. The monoliths, the other Rosetta facilities, these are all just fancy cages. The monoliths provide miraculous amounts of energy. But where do you think that energy comes from?
De l'entité de faille dans le monolithe?
There you go. The transcendents are entrenched in the monoliths, but they're also prisoners there. They feed on life, and Rosetta feeds on their energy. It's a win-win situation for everyone except us mortals who get chewed up. It's been 20 years since Starfall, but Nalcott has never stopped being one big prison. I don't know what else Rosetta has in the works, but I'm sure they're not going to give up on their plans.
Marie a un jour parlé du havre de paix et de cette maudite fille.
I'm afraid I don't know about that. Maybe the sanctuary refers to rift space. That's what we call the zone between our world and other dimensions. Each of the transcendents in the monolith reside in a pocket of rift space. So it could be that's what Mary meant when she mentioned a sanctuary. We never used that term when I was with Rosetta, though. Maybe she's referring to some separate pocket of rift space, or another realm entirely.
Mais où est-elle, cette maudite fille?
Unfortunately, I'm at a loss there too. That said, it's been 20 years since I was last in Rosetta. There's plenty they must have discovered since then. I don't know who this girl is, but if the head of Rosetta here is personally involved, then she's no ordinary child. Whatever Mary plans to do with that girl, it can't be good. And whoever that girl is, I'm sure she needs your protection from Rosetta even more than the rest of us do.
Tout est bon de notre côté. On va y aller.
Then good luck, Mayfly. No matter how difficult the road ahead is, I hope you don't give up. Humanity is counting on you.
Oh. Et voilà, tâche accomplie, île interdite. Qu'en avez-vous pensé?
At least now we finally know what kind of enemy we're up against. Mary Ames is responsible for everything that's happened on Nalcott, but she's still just a cog in Rosetta's global machine. If we can take her down, though, we'll be protecting everyone on this island.
Alors attendez, on peut encore lui parler, du coup on va faire parler.
You came just in time. The situation is evolving rapidly, and not in a good way.
Et plus spécifiquement?
The White Cliff Research Lab has started operating again. We're sure it's Mary, from what I've learned. She's planning on taking a dose of her own medicine, so to speak. That woman is determined to evolve herself into something way more powerful and way more dangerous than we've witnessed so far. She may call it evolution, but I believe she could very well trigger another starfall. Total doom for humanity.
Marie, vous avez des nouvelles?
Yes, indeed it is. I've located her current whereabouts with some help from my friends inside Rosetta. Seems she's about to take her experimentation to a very dangerous level.
Pourquoi est-ce qu'elle fait ça?
Beyond gaining unimaginable power, she wants the human race to evolve to a point where it can compete with, even transcend the great ones that devastated our world. Mary has seen the darker side of Rosetta's experimentation firsthand, and yet it only seems to strengthen her resolve.
Qu'est-ce que je dois faire alors?
It's imperative that you go to the White Cliff Research Lab and stop her before it's too late. But just so you know, it's under heavy guard by Rosetta Security. According to my sources, Mary took a trip to a place called Sunshine Farm recently, one of the old Mayfly strongholds. Mary wouldn't have gone there without a solid reason. But the place is overrun with vultures now. Be ready for a confrontation. Godspeed, Mayfly. Only you can stop this now.
Sunshine Farm. I think I remember this place. I sense that this is where our lives first became intertwined with Mary's. Let's go and see what secrets Mary left behind.
Another worker got infected by Stardust in the oil fields today. And there was a fire at well number 4. Those are my guys out there, Ted. I Can't keep watching them die. Hell, this settlement doesn't even have a doctor to fix them up.
We need that oil to keep the generators and purifiers running. We're all screwed. Just hold on a bit longer. I'll find a doctor, I promise. My name's Ted Holt. I'm the leader of the Union. You're Trent Palmieri, right?
That's right. If you're here for revenge, my Rosetta days are long behind me.
I don't care what you used to do. We need a doctor in Blackfell, and I hear you're a good one. Any interest in joining us?
Sure, on one condition. There are other survivors out here who need shelter as much as I do. If you take them in as well, then it's a deal.
Comment ça va? Vous avez des infos sur quelques nouveaux déviants?
My search for these marvelous entities never ends. So yes, of course I found a deviation for you. In fact, I have an extremely important one that's worth quite a lot in terms of compensation. What's more, I'll have you know the information was provided by someone extremely reliable and well respected.
Et je pourrais rencontrer cette personne?
But of course, he's standing in front of you.
C'est vous?
Why are you so surprised? Is it really so incredible for me to have some personal contact with deviations? After all, I am an expert in them. Now, let's get down to business. The location is a bit tricky. It's a Rosetta base found at the Forsaken Monolith. I spent some time there and, well, unfortunately, left a personal item behind. That personal item just so happens to be a deviation. I've always regretted leaving it behind, but I finally resolved to recover it. With your help, of course.
Une minute. Je vous trouve de plus en plus bizarre.
Oh, I know. Being at a monolith, carrying around a deviation. I naturally understand how suspicious that all sounds. It's natural for you to have some doubts, but I promise you this. We're friends, not foes. And I'm sure once you go to the Forsaken Monolith and find the item I left behind, you'll understand my honorable intentions. Why don't you go see for yourself? You won't be disappointed.
Why is it that everyone we run into is so strange? Just once, I'd like to meet someone normal. A fake Mayfly from Rosetta, an assassination broker with a TV for a head, a robot with no emotional control. Oh, and of course, Lo, the deviation expert. And yeah, I know I'm a talking bird with amnesia. But still. That's it, the Forsaken Monolith. So Lo lost his deviation somewhere around here. Who knows what it could be? But at this point, nothing can surprise me. Holy crap, it's a black hole? All right. I jinxed us by saying nothing could surprise me, didn't I? Who the hell is this Lo guy? Job containing that one. Now let's go find Sammy. It's time we had a serious talk with him. I don't know if he's friend or foe, but I'm beginning to think he's not even human.
J'ai retrouvé votre trou noir perdu.
Oh, wonderful. Wait, why do you look so uncomfortable? Now, my friend, keep your hand away from your gun. There's no need for violence here. And no possibility of you winning if there were. I know you must have plenty of questions, but I have neither the time nor inclination to answer them all for you. There is one thing I want to tell you, though. I have traveled across countless dimensions, walked through untold worlds, and come into contact with innumerable lives. And you are one of the rare examples I've actually found interesting. So please, accept this gift. In my original world, like here, it symbolized immense power. After all, it is a pure concentration of Stardust energy. It will suit you well.
Je dois vous remercier parce que j'aimerais savoir.
No, my friend. Let's not ruin the moment with too many questions. At least, not yet. For now, I just hope we can maintain this partnership of ours, with each of us benefiting equally. At least, until the world changes. So why not give this thing a try? I'm sure you'll love what it can do.
Se renseigner.
Ah, there you are. Heard what happened to you in Chalk Peak. Nasty bit of business, that. But I have some news, might cheer you up.
Où avez-vous appris ce qui s'est passé à Chalk Peak?
It's like this. I need to know things in order to conduct my research effectively. To do that, I make friends, not unlike I have with you. There's Billy and Barry and Bruce, Vivian, Veronica, Vera, Kareem and Carl. Well, you get the idea. Plenty of contacts, keeping me apprised of things. And before you ask, no, those aren't their real names.
Quelles sont les dernières nouvelles?
My contact, Dickie, says Rosetta's been conducting some sort of field test associated with this meta-deviant program. Right here in Red Sands. I figured you'd want to meet up with him. So I arranged a face-to-face.
Quelle est la finalité de ces recherches?
That's the million-dollar question right there. What indeed? How about turning meta-humans into meta-deviants? Really quite industrious. Why let nature have all the fun? Double-edged sword, that proposition. Like a box of chocolates. Never know what you're going to get until it's too late. Heck of a gamble to take, if you ask me.
Qu'est-ce que Marie a contre moi?
Betray you? Oh, yes, well, I imagine she ultimately saw you as a threat. Wanted to keep you close until she was sure she had a way to eliminate you. After that, it was just a matter of earning your trust until she could lay her trap. Besides making you look foolish, not too much. Unless, of course, you count trying to change the course of human evolution.
Comment peut-on l'arrêter?
We? Ah, yes, I see where you're going there. Thing is, I'm happy to just watch and enjoy the spectacle, to be honest. But tell you what, in the spirit of cooperation, I'll share what I know.
Ok. Oups, excusez-moi, nous sommes à la quête pas de rédemption. Parler à Timan près du silo de confinement PSI. Je suis ici pour la nouvelle mission rémunérée.
Our mission to eradicate the evil in this world is thriving.
Où allons-nous faire régner la justice cette fois?
We are bringing justice, but I doubt our client Mr. Clay would merit much sympathy. He was a vulture. To be more precise, the former head of a vulture gang. Quite an effective criminal, if I may say so myself. Capable of killing someone for a can of food without blinking.
Alors pourquoi est-ce qu'on l'aide?
It's simple. His bounty meets the procedural standards of justice. Clear evidence provided, crimes committed, allegations proven. The target deviant is indeed guilty of terrible crimes. Here's the bounty case file. You can see for yourself. Mr. Clay has a clear connection to the deviant in question.
Ah.
Now, I understand you may have doubts about the client's motives, but I assure you that carrying out this bounty will achieve justice in every sense. Although sometimes, of course, people may see an unusual way to benefit from filing a bounty. There is a gentleman who is a particular beneficiary of this bounty, but I can tolerate it in this case.
Ok. Lot de confinement PSI normal. Je suis de retour. J'imagine que vous êtes Monsieur Greyjoy.
You son of a bitch! No! No, damn you, no! Don't devour me! I'm begging you, don't! No!
Another job well done. You truly are an exemplary partner.
Vous me flattez, mais où sont passés tous ces clients?
A better place than this Stardust-infested wasteland. Rest assured, I have my very own scales of Anubis within my system. I assess the entire life of all my clients. The innocent find their paradise, while those like Mr. Clay, well, they end up somewhere far away. Somewhere eternal and unexplainable. Somewhere that suits them. There you go. I do so look forward to working with you again.
Et voilà, tâche accomplie, pas de rédemption. Ok, donc on est en train de faire la quête secondaire, déclenchement interdit, aller dans les déserts pour trouver Eddie. Rejoignez l'endroit indiqué par Dennis sur la carte, trouvez Eddie qui vit isolé dans le désert. Laissez-moi tranquille, partez. C'est vous, Eddie? C'est moi. C'est Denis qui m'envoie, il m'a dit que vous pourriez m'aider. Faire quoi? Un détonateur de bombe. Faire exploser quoi? Les vautours, ils ont volé les biens dangereux de Rosetta. Ah d'accord, je déteste les vautours, je déteste Rosetta, et je déteste avoir des visiteurs. Mais si c'est Denis qui vous envoie, ça doit être important. Très bien, qu'est-ce que j'y gagne? Que voulez-vous que je fasse? Je voudrais une affiche. Laura Lockwood, vous la reconnaîtrez quand vous la verrez. Dans ma chambre d'enfant, je n'ai pas de doute là-dessus. Mes parents n'y ont plus touché quand j'ai quitté la maison. Mais je dois vous prévenir, ma ville est maintenant infestée de déviants. Et mener des recherches est assez compliqué. Ok. Poster de Laura. J'ai trouvé l'affiche que vous cherchiez. Bien joué. Je n'avais pas vu son si beau sourire depuis trop longtemps. Je peux vous dire qu'ils ne referont pas de telles affiches. Tenez, prenez ça. Pendant votre absence, j'ai fabriqué cette commande de détonation à distance. C'est pas compliqué. Vous amorcez les bombes, vous reculez un peu, et boum, feu d'artifice. Merci du coup de main, Eddie. Croyez-moi, retrouver Laura vaut tous les sacrifices. Ok.
The vultures have taken over the farm. We must stay alert. Mary, stop this now. I will not allow you to hurt Mitsuko.
Mitsuko? You gave DVT-011 a name?
Her name is Mitsuko. She's more human than you are. She's our last hope.
You're right. DVT-011 is our last hope. We must use it, evolve, and reshape the entire world with this. But that kind of power must be placed in the correct hands. Victor, the committee and I are in agreement. You are no longer fit to be in charge of DVT-011. Time to stop this ridiculous play acting. You are relieved of your duties.
I will stop at nothing to stop you, Mary.
Are you really in a position to make threats, Victor? I could crush you in a heartbeat.
That doesn't matter. Not to me.
Someone getting tired of living?
Mary, you need to stop this.
Don't be a coward, Victor. This is how we evolve. This is how we become stronger than them.
Having Rosetta personnel absorbing deviations at the pace and magnitude that they are, we're only attracting more great ones. It's too dangerous.
And what would you suggest we do when they eventually arrive? How do you suppose we defeat them, then? Without my work? No. This is the best way to prepare ourselves. The human race needs to evolve. It needs to become invincible.
A game of hide and seek? You better hope I don't find you.
This cradle you made will let us survive without losing our humanity.
What do you mean? How is that possible?
This device will let us capture deviations and harness their energy without having to absorb them. It's a better path forward. Different from what the evolutionists inside Rosetta are doing. We have you to thank for that, Mitsuko. Mary and Victor both tried to lead humanity out of this darkness, and they both failed. But maybe there is another way. Maybe the answer lies with you and Mitsuko. Come on, let's get to the White Cliff Research Lab. It's time to see an old friend, I think.
Et voilà, informé de nid, tout est réglé. Fantastique, je serai plus tranquille en sachant que les vautours ne pourront pas s'en servir, et Rosetta non plus. Eddie est prêt à vous aider, j'imagine qu'il a eu ce qu'il voulait lui aussi. Tenez, votre récompense, c'est un peu plus que ce qui était convenu, mais merci. Je savais que je faisais appel à la bonne personne, oh... C'est bizarre, hein, parce que vu comment il nous a accueillis, comment il pouvait savoir qu'il pouvait nous faire confiance du coup? Enfin bref, la quête était sympa, qu'en avez-vous pensé? Dommage qu'on n'ait pas pu voir le poster, j'ai essayé, je sais pas si vous avez vu avec mon arme, j'ai fait ça, mais on n'a pas pu voir. Évolution, Rosetta fait des expériences sur des extraterrestres dans la zone de Lone Wolf Wastes, et les sources de Lowy nous rapportent plus de détails.
Looks like an abandoned settlement, whatever happened here. Hopefully, we can get to the bottom of it.
Parlez.
You must be the mayfly Mr. Lowe told me about. I'm glad you're here. I need your help.
Qu'est-ce qui s'est passé ici?
Rosetta is what happened. There were troops all over the place and cameras recording all of it. And there was this woman. She was running things, telling people what to do, where to go. A man. No, a thing who was once a man, but had been transformed into a monster. This thing would close its eyes and lift its chin, almost as if it were praying. Then it would send out a kind of shockwave that destroyed the building in front of it. One after the other, building after building. It was like nothing I've ever seen.
Quel genre d'ennui avez-vous?
2 locals that live in this area. Rosetta took them. A mother and daughter. They're being held at Rosetta's LEA research laboratory, not too far from here.
Pourquoi les forces de Rosetta cherchent-elles à les capturer?
The girl was exposed to a large dose of Stardust while out scavenging. We feared the worst, but after a few days, she didn't show any ill effects. Rosetta must have found out. A man, a Dr. Mannheim, I believe, was there when they took Eve and Kelly away.
Je peux faire quelque chose?
Mr. Lowe said you'd be able to get them out of there safely. Yes. I'm pretty sure they intend to run experiments on them.
Oh. Donc on va faire la quête de la chrysalide au papillon. Aller à la falaise blanche. V n'a pas réussi à empêcher Marie d'agir par le passé. Maintenant, il vous confie cette responsabilité à Mitsuko et vous. Il est temps d'aller au laboratoire de la falaise blanche pour arrêter Marie. Parlez.
Hello.
Je ne m'attendais pas à vous croiser ici.
Your determination to set things right gave me the courage to act. It wasn't easy to leave, but it was time to take back what they stole from me, and to stop Mary from destroying us all with her insane plans. Mary and her evolutionists imprisoned me here. It was where they experimented on me, tortured me. I will never forget that. I'll do whatever I can to help. The rest is up to you.
Ok. Prenez d'assaut le laboratoire de recherche de Falaise Blanche.
You had potential, Mayfly. We could have changed the world together, you and I. Do you seriously think you can stop me? How silly. If you manage to find me, I will give you one last chance. Give me the girl and join me before it's too late. But first, enjoy this little game I've prepared for you. All units, destroy the intruder. I knew you wouldn't disappoint me, Mayfly. Welcome to the place of my birth. Father, our friend here wants to witness this miracle with us. Won't you show them a little hospitality? Do not disappoint me, Father. Mr. Ames should be given a quiet, restrained welcome. My father has never been a fan of grand displays. Mr. Ames has invested vast sums in this facility, and we must show him that his investment has not gone to waste, that we have something to show from our years of research. Oh, and tell him that the girl is now completely under our control, and that we have dissected the secrets of her sublimation. We have secured humanity itself inside this monolith, and the girl is ready to be devoured like a light snack. Mr. Ames can eat the girl alive if he wants to. And then, all of Rosetta, all of what's left of humanity, will bow down before us. The evolutionists.
Did you hear that? Don't just stand around gawking. Get in there!
This is my gift to him, from daughter to father.
Receptor LD-081 has displayed strong survival instincts even in the test tube stage. It has already destroyed 5 sibling receptors and absorbed their remains, a process that seems to be very similar to the way a Stardust-infected creature absorbs its original self. I have decided to give LD-081 the codename Mary. Once the incubation phase is complete, she will be given her own personal space and receive comprehensive training and instruction. She must be raised to know her purpose. Just as she devoured her sibling receptors, her purpose will be to seek out the strongest strains among the human race, absorb them, and in doing so, save the rest of humanity. We are also considering allowing her some contact with Mitsuko. They are close in age, but vastly different in temperament and talent. Allowing the two to meet may well lead to some interesting new findings.
Did you hear that? almost there. Don't just stand around gawking. Get in there! I hope I'm mistaken.
Give it up, Barry. We will never let you succeed.
Is that what you think? That this is a matter of you letting me succeed? With you standing here before me, my plan is already complete. The force of evolution is unstoppable. This time, humanity will reach a higher plane of existence than it has ever known before. But for that, humanity must yield. Including you. Mayfly. Give in, Mayfly. Yield to the tide of evolution. Or be crushed by it.
I will protect you. Keep going.